Okay, I'm not quite used to painting while on camera, but for sake of example, I'm going to try to illustrate what I was talking about previously. So, this is a little off on view. That's because I can't really paint looking through the camera. Anyway, the reason why I'm only using black for the inside is, as I said before, we'll be going over this several more times, so it's not a huge deal. But as long as you follow inside the lines here, and really the main ones you're wanting to pay attention to is, like for example in this case, this is the arm, that is the front, I guess, will be facing you, whereas the other one back here will be mostly hidden. So really all we're trying to do with this, like I said before, this is what I call the cleanup, because it's kind of hard to concentrate on your next painting step. You don't want to get rid of everything, because you'll need some guidelines, but it helps when you can actually see. Careful not to stick your hand in the... I got some done up here as well. I was going to say, be careful not to stick your hand in where you might have previously painted. Okay. There might be not too much interesting commentary with this. It's more for show. So yeah, as you can see, you can now tell where the actual forearm is, the elbow, and the hand. Now, again, this is the reason why I'm showing this, and I'll actually fill in like this background here, all black, but I want to keep like this line here, because that's part of, to show me where things are. So when you fill things in, like you really want to, at this stage, leave enough to where you can see the white line, but at the same time, you know, you're going to need that structure, what I call it, the skeleton. It's not a big deal if things aren't exactly proportional, as long as, you know, it is important for it to be proportional to a degree. You know, this is going to be the frame of what the end result is. However, you know, that's the main objective with the first two steps, is to get an idea of what you know, how big you want it, and get everything this, you know, like the arms to be the same size and stuff. But you know, the actual individual lines, as long like how these are kind of wide, to what I'm talking about, that gives me some space to work with when I define the features more specifically later. So again, for another example of this up front and back, like this is the two legs. Make sure this is dry. Alright. I don't want to make this video too long. If it's more than 20 minutes, it's kind of a pain in the butt to upload. But yeah, this is just to get rid of some of these little extra lines that you've made that aren't really necessary, as long as you have the main form. So you still want this here. It may not be visible later, but for right now, it is important for your next step. You don't got to be exact, as long as it's another mistake. Try not to have too wet paint at the same time. That can mess shit up. Alright. I'll do one more area, and then I'll have to go back to not filming while I do this. I gotta be careful not to stick my hand where there's paint, or fresh paint. Let's see here. Alright. This bottom line here connects with this as well. So this is going to be the first part of her leg, and then it connects down here. So actually, I don't have a white line connecting this, do I? Let me check something. Oh, but there should be. Okay. Well, I'll have to fix that. Yeah, there's supposed to be a white line connecting from here to here. So, that would be the foreleg. And this should be like so. So I'll have to go back over that. It's not a big deal. That's why painting isn't as hard as some people lead it on to. Is you can always go back and fix mistakes. So let's see here. We'll try to do one more part up here. So right here we have a lot of lines going on. But what we really see is this is part of the back, or the other arm that's in the background. And the goal is just to keep the outline, there it's where the elbow is. So actually, I think that might have been the background here. And here's where her elbow is. Yeah, you'll notice mistakes as you go, and then you can always come back and correct them. But that's where her elbow will connect. I need to fix that to where it's direct here. So there's mistakes, and that's perfectly normal. That's when you go back and just make little corrections. It's been a minute since I've painted. It's pretty noisy here. I have to wait till like somewhere between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning to do this. But yeah, even with this up here, we're going to have other stuff in the background. So it's perfectly cool to go ahead and fill this in black, because you're not going to see red here anyway. So I'll have to make some corrections on my white lines, which you'll notice you'll have to probably do that unless you're just really good right off the bat. It's perfectly normal to like the head. I may or may not have to reshape it just right. But as you add the next layer, you'll know what you need to do. I'll try to be more consistent on my videos, since I'm not trying to keep them all downloaded at once. It'll be easier to one extent to upload them step by step. I just have to get over not having it done first. As noisy as things is here, you just have to do what you have to do. So anyhow, that's just an example. I'm going to cut this here, and I see some fixing I need to do on here. But yeah, if you get it to where you're a little overwhelmed by white lines, once you get the main two structures, it's not too bad. Just, cover up any unnecessary lines. As long as you got the main idea, you can always go back and fix things. that's all for now.